Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea if you're new, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm going to be doing my makeup and talk about 20 things I've learned in my 20s. It's going to be fun. We're going to go through different phases of my life and do makeup and girl stuff. So it's going to be fun. So definitely sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Really not a super fan of these NYX fat oils, but I bought them, so I'm going to use them. This is just the clear one. It's just more like a lip gloss to me, and I don't like the packaging. I really feel like their intentions was to dupe the Dior lip oil, but it's a no for me. It's not absolutely horrible. It's just definitely not my favorite. I'm actually really excited about this video because I've been seeing like things like this trend. Mainly on TikTok, people have been doing like things they're too old for or things like that, but my video, I'm going to do 20 things I've learned in my 20s. This has always been a video I wanted to do, and I had plans to do it like right before I turned 30, but girl, I'm 28 and I'm about to do it because I feel like I've learned so much and I want to share it. So yeah, we're going to start doing our makeup and just get into it.
Your boy got the full body do-rag out.
Drop the roof and let the smoke clear. I got diamonds doing tootsie slides in both ears. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas strip tonight. Slip that on and we might mystify. Fuck a night, I keep the guala in my shorty bag. You know she one of mine when she tattooed that ass. I'm a lover boy, she love the toys. Keep it coming, you a rider. It's that roll myself a day and count my figure shit. It's that stepping out, I feel like I'm that nigga shit. I drop 30 on this room, we ain't gon' sleep for shit. If I catch you nodding off, then it's
eyebrows look so good. I used the Miss Creator Diva eyebrow pencil in ebony. I'll have this link down below. I absolutely love this pencil. Let's get started on our list, and please disregard all the construction noise you hear. So for primer, I'm going to go in with this Ole Hendrix Banana Bright Primer first, and then I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Pore Minimizer on top of that. First thing on my list is embrace every experience. What that means to me is basically like accepting things for what they are and handling it accordingly. Whether it's good or bad, I think it's really good to just embrace it, take it for what it is, and move on if you have to. Number two, don't tell everybody everything. This is so important, and this is something I kind of like always knew, but I was still doing it kind of. And it could be something like, this is the Sephora foundation. Can be something like, you know how like you in a relationship and you and your boyfriend be going through it and you tell your sister everything and now she don't like him, but you still get back with him and now she don't like him. That's an example of don't tell everybody everything, especially if you know you're going to be in this situation, you not leaving. It's better to just keep some things to yourself, especially if y'all are like married and not just boyfriend and girlfriend. I think in marriages especially, it's super important to keep some things to yourself and in your relationship. Also with friends though, friends, family, whatever, because sometimes people can be jealous of you. You could just be one of those type of people that's just really open and really enjoy sharing your experiences or sharing your ideas or whatever the case may be. And everybody can't take that. Everybody is not able to see people doing better than them or just embracing life as it is and just living life. They get jealous. People really do prey on people's downfall. And that was another thing I had to learn. I did not know that was like a real thing, and people actually want to see some people doing bad. Just don't tell everybody everything. Just really pray for discernment when it comes to what you share and who you share it with. Personally, I've shared like certain things with certain people, and then later on I realized they started acting funny or treating me different because of the information I shared with them. So I'm just real particular about what I share with people. And it was kind of hard for me at first because, especially with friendships, it was really hard for me like with friendships because if I feel like you're genuinely my friend, you're going to know everything about me. That's just who I am. That's how I am. It's just really, that's just who I am. I'm not like that anymore. It took some time to like pull back and be like, okay, you can't be telling everybody your business. You can't be sharing everything with everybody. So yeah, girl, I am very, like, it's so crazy because now I am so capable at sitting at a dinner table and just listening without sharing anything. You know what I mean? And I wasn't always like that. I used to feel like, well, if they're sharing something, then I need to share something. But not no more, girl. Number 3 was also a big one for me, and it's live in the moment. I used to be one of those type of people who already thought about how things were going to end, and it haven't even started. I don't know why I was programmed like that. Like, it could be something simple like going to the mall. I'm already thinking about, oh man, like, we're going to the mall. It's going to be over so quick, instead of just going to the mall, really enjoying my time there and appreciating that moment. You know, I'm just already thinking about what's next or how it's finna end. Y'all, it's no, when I say no concealer in here, I cannot wait till the Sephora sale because I love this. I'm going to go in with the Huda one. I like the Huda one too, but I really like this one because it's like an exact match to my skin. The Huda one is a little lighter. In the moment, enjoy the moments, and enjoy your time with whatever it is, and enjoy it. Be spontaneous. Do things you never thought you would do, and that's where I'm at in life. I'm really scared of so many things, and that's because as a child I wasn't one of those children. My mama didn't force me to like go outside and be in touch with nature. I could just stay in the house and watch Disney Channel all day. So now it's like, child, a bug get on me, I'm about to die. I don't know how to swim. It's just so many things I don't know. And now as an adult, I'm ready to figure it out. Number 4 is go on trips. Go on trips. Experience the world. Even if it's not like an international trip. The United States, the 50 states, it's so much there. It's so much there. Experience it. Take a trip. Even if you have to do it by yourself. It's so much more to life. You know what I mean? Than just working and not experiencing things. It's so many people in this world who's older and has probably never been out of their state or their city, you know, an hour up the road, never been anywhere. And it's not even about saving, because as long as you're working, as long as you have some type of income coming in, you can save to go on a trip. I am a witness to that. I do the envelope method. I used to do it back when I was, you know, really having to save for trips, and I still do it now because I'm just programmed that way. Like I live by the envelope method. But I don't care if you take in $5 out of every check. Those $5 add up, and eventually you'll have enough money to be able to go on a trip. You just have to, you gotta want to do it. You know what I mean? So stop making excuses, stop waiting on people, and just go on a trip. Wherever you've been thinking about going, start saving for it. You'll be so happy you did it, and you'll be able to create so many moments, take so many memories, take so many pictures, do so many things you've never done before. Definitely go on a trip. Like, you're not just working to pay bills. We ain't doing that. Number 5 makes me a little emotional, but one of the main things I've learned in my 20s is to take pictures. If you're not new here, then you know my brother passed away. His birthday and his death anniversary is coming up next month in April. And it's just so, like, how many times you gonna share the same picture? Which I don't share those memories or anything on social media anymore. But we only have like 1 or 2 pictures together. And I just think that's so crazy. Like, this was my brother, somebody I loved and adored, and we only have like 2 pictures together. Take pictures with your family and your friends and your loved ones and of yourself. I know so many people who don't take pictures of their self, And it's crazy. Like, God forbid, I hate to bring this up, but if you was to pass away, what they gonna put on your obituary? You know what I mean? Take pictures. Take pictures. Take pictures of things. Take pictures of yourself. Take pictures of your family. Pictures are forever. You'll always have those memories. You can get them developed. You can start like a photo book. Take pictures. Always have those pictures. Take pictures of your children. Take pictures of your mom, your dad. When y'all have family events, capture those moments. Definitely wish I had more pictures with my brother, but moving forward with my sister, my mom, my nieces, my nephew, I'm definitely taking more pictures of when we're together, especially now that I don't stay where they stay. Every time I see them, let's take pictures, record. And it don't even have to make the vlog, but just record for memories. Back in the day, our family, our friends, our mom, our dad used to always like record things. So definitely just capture those moments so you can always have them. I think that's so important. I think everybody should take a little bit more pictures. Number 6 kind of goes back to what I was talking about when I was talking about like the envelope method I do, and it is save. I don't care if you're saving $1 out of every paycheck. You know what I mean? Save. Rainy days do happen, and I'm the type of person, I just can't depend on nobody to come through for me when I'm in a rut or I'm in a bind. I have to always be able to come through for myself. So saving is something that I do, and even if it's not for a rainy day, saving for a trip, saving for a move, saving to buy yourself something. My first Louis Vuitton bag I ever had, I had a Louis Vuitton envelope, and I would put money in it whenever, just sporadically whenever I could. And eventually my goal was to, my birthday's in November, my goal was to by November be able to buy my bag. So throughout the year, just putting money in there, sometimes $5, maybe sometimes $50. Save. Money adds up. And before you know it, you'll have enough money for whatever it is you're trying to do, whether it's go on a trip or buy a new car or a down payment for something. It will add up. I think some people get like their mind wrapped around like, this, what am I saving 50 cents for? You know what I mean? I save for a lot of different things, and I do understand when you're barely making ends meet or you're living paycheck to paycheck, it is very hard to save. So if you can, just $5 out of a check. You know what I mean? Something. But this I got from Amazon. It is like a piggy bank, and it's kind of like indestructible, kind of in a way. So you slide the money through. This part, and when you're ready to crack it open, you got to use like a hammer. But yeah, like, you could just save money this way if you are one of those people that can't save it in a bank account, because sometimes I be transferring too. It be like that. But this way, you have it in here, and it's easier for me I like to take money out the bank and put it up different ways. That's just what I like to do. But this piggy bank is a really cool idea if you want to save for something very specific. You can like write on it, decorate it, make it cute, whatever. I'll have this linked. But yes, save your money, girl. Number 7 is to make friends. I've talked about friends so much on my channel, and we know how it is. It's hard, it's awkward, it's scary to make new friends as adults, especially, I guess like shooting your shot, reaching out. But I'm a firm believer in community. And when I say make new friends, y'all don't have to be the best friends in the world. She don't got to know all your business either. Just somebody you can hang out with that you could trust and, do things with, because community is so important. It's nothing like I thoroughly enjoy being able to just link up with one of my homegirls, talk shit about niggas, and kiki for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy that so much. And I think just having somebody you can talk to outside of maybe your significant other or family is so important. So be intentional about making friends too. Like, Find somebody that's into what you into. If you know this person not into what you into, don't try to be their friend. Because what are y'all going to talk about? You know what I mean? What are y'all going to do? And I know sometimes opposites do attract, but when you're making new friends as an adult, you want to make it as simple as possible. So I would definitely look for somebody that's got the same kind of lifestyle as me. Say for instance, if I had kids, you know, and my kids played soccer, it would be wonderful if you could find somebody that got kids and their kids play soccer. Y'all will automatically have something in common. Y'all can link up for play dates, or y'all can link up without the kids. It would just be so much easier. I love this powder. This is the One Size powder in translucent. Number 9 is pray. You may not be able to tell your mama, your sister, your brother the information you need to get out, but God, you can talk to him about it. It's like a judgment-free zone. You don't have to worry about nobody judging you. You don't have to worry about nobody not liking the person you still decide to be with. It's so good to pray. I'm one of those people that really just enjoy praying, like quick prayers, long prayers. Like I really just enjoy praying, but literally anything. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, or I'm saying a quick prayer. I see somebody car broke down on the side of the road, I'm instantly praying for them. Like that's just how I'm programmed. I think it's so important to pray because prayer changes things. Like, I don't know if y'all like what y'all believe in, but I believe in Jesus Christ, and I really believe that prayer changes things. It changes situations. It changes outcomes. It changes things. So it's so important to have a really good prayer life and just really be able to have that conversation and that communication line with God. I think it's so important. I think a lot of people might avoid praying because they feel like it's a certain way they have to pray. They probably feel like they can't talk to God in their regular voice, how they regularly talk. But God knows you. He knows everything about you. Pray. Talk to him exactly how you talk. You know, he'll understand. If you feel like you don't know how to pray or you don't know where to start when it comes to prayers, I got this book. It's only $4.99 off Amazon. It's called like 101 Prayers Every Christian Should Know. And it literally has a prayer for everything. So if you're feeling worried or you feeling like you need to pray for your family and you don't know how to say a prayer, this book has all those prayers in it. And you can just go through it and read those prayers out loud or to yourself, you know, when you feel like you need them. So I'll have that book linked down below. This next one, y'all may feel like it's kind of like contradicting, but it is to splurge. And not on everything, but if it's something you want, like going back to when I told y'all my first Louis Vuitton bag, I knew I wanted it. I saved for it. I got it. If you have a little extra money, your bills paid, go buy yourself something nice. Girl, life is short. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Like, I ain't saying spend the bill money, but if you have some extra money, go buy yourself something nice, or go to a nice dinner, or get the most expensive pedicure. Like, splurge on something for yourself. And one thing about it, once money is gone, it's gone. It's gone. Like, you don't even think about it no more, for real. I went in with this MAC blush, which is called Full Fuchsia. It's like a hot pink situation. And now on top, I'm gonna go in with this Dior blush called, I believe it's just called Pink. Yeah, 01 Pink. Next one is, this is a big one for me, and it's not necessarily something I learned, but if somebody was to ask me for advice, like if I was speaking to a young group of ladies, I would suggest this. And it is, don't rush into a relationship. I've been like, I'm 28. I've like been in a relationship my whole 20s. I think I went like 1 year in my 20s without being in a relationship. And I just feel like your 20s, you're figuring it out, girl. You're trying to figure it out. And you really need that time for yourself. One of my biggest, well, not one of my biggest regrets, but one of the things I wish I could have done in my 20s was like get my first place by myself. I always wanted to do that. I always thought it was super cool, and you know, you just have your place and whatever, but that's not the direction my life went in. I got my first place with my boyfriend. It was our first place, so yeah. But your 20s is just time you need to just do you, girl. Like, just do you. So if you're not in a relationship, don't rush it. Live your life. Go outside. It's fun outside. Talk to different boys. You know, I ain't telling you to have sex with all of them and do all that, but talk to different boys. Date. Play the field, you know? Have fun with it, because I sure will. That little 1 year I had, yeah, I made it count. Don't rush to be in a relationship. Relationships are so much work, and it's never all about you anymore. Like, if you finna go get something to eat, you gotta call him to see if he wants something to eat too. Like, simple shit like that. Like, just be selfish. Be about yourself and your money. Like, don't be worried about no boys. Do not be worried about no boys. I feel like we on 12 or 13. I can't remember exactly, but the next one is to keep up with yourself. I learned this in my 20s, and I just feel like it's so important. Like, get your hair done, get your nails done. When you can, of course, when you have the money to, you know, keep up with yourself. Even simple stuff like your hygiene and your skin, like, that's so important. Just keep up with yourself for real, for real. Like, I wasn't rough as a child, but it's just so many things I wish I cared more about when I was younger. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I wasn't, like, I have, like, marks on my body. Y'all already know how I feel about tattoos, like, dead. But yeah, like, my knees, like, I remember as a child, like, crawling on my knees, like, so now my knees are, like, darker. Just keep up with yourself. And keeping up with myself isn't something I necessarily, like, learned in my 20s. It's another one of those, like, tips I would give to somebody that's younger than me that's looking for advice. So yeah, just try to keep up with yourself. Take showers and baths regularly. Always make sure you smell good. Go get you some Bath and Body Works spray or whatever, you know. Your clothes are clean. You look presentable. Those type of things. Next up is to practice self-care. And there's so many ways to do self-care. It can be like really internally, like getting a therapist, or it could be simple as going to get a manicure. You know what I mean? For me, the part I really had to tap in on was actual, like, self-care. Like, I would be like, oh, I want to take like a relaxing bath and just chill, and then I would just put it off like I never did it. I always been the type of person to buy stuff. I love buying things, so I would like buy a face mask and never do it. You know what I mean? Now I will take that time for myself to take a bath and just enjoy it, enjoy the moment, or do a face mask and just enjoy it, or use my face steamer and just enjoy it. Like, now I do take those moments for myself, and I really enjoy it. It felt so good. I feel like I've been using so many matte products, so I just wanted to go in and moisturize the canvas. Like I say, self-care can look different for everybody, but definitely just figure out what self-care is for you. It could be just like putting your phone on do not disturb for the entire day and just not talking to nobody, because sometimes talking to people can be so draining and we don't even realize it. Like, you can maybe having a good day and then you talk your homegirl or whatever, and now you just drained, you irritable, you just annoyed because she done rubbed all that on you. People need to normalize before they jump into whatever they got going on. They need to normalize asking people, do they have the capacity for it? You know, because sometimes people don't be having the capacity for all your bullshit. Hey girl, you busy? Like, can you take this on right now? And you know, they'll be like, yeah. Or she might be like, girl, I just got a lot going on. I don't got time for nobody else's bullshit. And that's cool. Self-care can also be just saying no. No to things you don't want to do. Point blank period. This next one is also like kind of personal to me. And it is make your space feel like home. I've been, during my 20s, it has been times where I didn't necessarily like have a home of my own or have a place to call home. And now that I do, I am so big on making my place feel like home, making it feel welcoming and just being happy there. You know, just being happy at home, because I know what it feels like to not have a home, you know what I mean? Or to just be disheveled and misplaced and, you know, all of that. And even if you don't have your own place, if you just have a room in somebody's house right now, make that feel like home. Make it comfortable. If you need to go buy yourself a new comforter set or a rug for the room, do it. Get comfortable. If that's where you're gonna be at, get comfortable and make it a nice living environment, whatever it is, because you want to be comfortable. You want your home or your room or whatever you have to be your safe place. You want to feel comfortable there. You want to feel like you can just release there the weight of the day. Just make it homey. I'm telling you, I'm spending whatever to make my place feel homey, whether it's buying candles or a new comforter every 2 months. I don't care. I don't play about my house because I'm here all the time and I need to feel comfortable here. You know what I mean? So this next one is leave situations you don't want to be in. This was a hard one for me because I just didn't know how to do it, you know? Whether it's a job, a relationship, a friendship, whatever. Whether it's just a party. Leave if you do not feel comfortable, if you don't want to be there. You don't, I always kind of admired the girls that, like, we all know one girl at least that has so many boyfriends. Because one thing you know about her is she ain't putting up with a man's stuff. And I just think that's so cool because it's so many females, myself included, because I've done it before, that just stays in relationships where they just really don't want to be in, but they just do it anyways. Like, I know for sure by now I would have broke up with my ex, but he broke up with me. It was the best decision he could have ever made for me, but I don't think I could have did it at that time. Like, I knew I didn't really want to be with him, but it was just, I wasn't ready to let it go when I needed to let it go. It was just weird. It was just really weird. So everything ended up working out. But yeah, leave those situations. Girl, please. Please leave. I don't like this lip. I want something a little more. It's also okay to think you're like too good for certain situations, because 9 times out of 10 you probably are. Basically done with my makeup. Now I'm about to go in and fix my edges. Next on the list is communicate. This is something I had to learn. I was a non-communicator. I'd rather just stop talking to you or just let you get over on me or whatever the case is, because I didn't know how to speak up for myself and communicate what the problem was or how I felt about a certain situation. You know what I mean? Especially in friendships. I really did not know how to communicate if you made me feel some type of way or whatever the case may be. And a lot of friendships go lost in, you know, because people don't know how to communicate. Communication really can just fix a simple thing. Like, if you made me feel a certain type of way, I should be able to come in the relationship and be like, hey, so last night you remember when you said this made me feel that way. Simple. But the reason why I had such a hard time communicating is because most of the time I was trying to communicate with people who always thought they was right, or they could never see both sides of the story. You know, they just wanted to feel how they feel, and that was that. Like, so that's how I kind of got out of the like world of communication, because I just felt like no matter what I said, it was always going to be a but this, or I mean, like, it could never just be a person just admitting to what they do, or just see how I could feel that way. You know what I mean? It was just always kind of thrown back on me, and nobody wants to deal with that, and nobody wants to feel that way. So I just eventually just stopped communicating as a whole. But communication is very important, especially when you feel like somebody's trying you and they getting over on you. You need to communicate. Me, it's still kind of hard, just depending on the situation. But it's so necessary. Even for yourself, like, because sometimes, like, I feel so much better when I stood up for myself or said something about something I didn't agree with. Next up is set boundaries. Don't be willing to just accept any and everything. Don't be willing to be friends with any and everybody. Set boundaries for yourself, like communication boundaries, things you are willing to accept, things you are not willing to accept. It's so important to have boundaries, and don't let nobody overstep your boundaries. For real. I still be working on that sometimes, because people will try you. To stick to your boundaries, stay firm to your boundaries, and don't let nobody shake up how you feel or the things you want to stick to. Spend time with yourself. Like I told y'all earlier, take a solo trip, or just go to lunch. Start small if you have to. Go to lunch by yourself. Go sit at the park by yourself. Just really spend time with yourself. Get to know what you really do enjoy doing, or what you really don't enjoy doing. And just really get to learn yourself, especially during your 20s, because you grow so much in your 20s. So like, some things you probably like at 20, you don't like at 28, you know? So really just get to know yourself. Spend time with yourself. Like, and I remember, like, a couple weeks ago, it was like this debate going on Twitter about whether or not solo traveling was boring. And I'm like, of course, I'm not one of the people that chime in. I just be looking. I'm thinking in my head, like, when I went on my solo trip, it was lit because I'm so comfortable with myself. Like, I really thoroughly enjoy spending time with myself, that I really don't need other people. Like, don't get me wrong, if you go on a trip, it's great to have other people sometimes, because you feed off each other's energy and it's just fun. But I can take a trip by myself. I can go out to eat by myself without feeling lonely, or I don't have anybody, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So just try it out. If you've never done it, start small. Go get lunch and sit inside the restaurant and eat it, you know? Actually really cool. And I actually enjoy being alone, doing things, because you get to move at your own beat. You ain't got to listen to nobody. You don't have to worry about nobody else but yourself. I'm going to put a little bit more blush on, because I kind of feel like blush be fading away. But next up, I believe number 19, actually. We almost done, y'all. Is to journal. Oh my God, I wish I journaled more in my 20s. Like, I journal, but most times I find myself journaling when I'm going through something. So it'd be like a whole bunch of entries about the shit I be going through. But now I've just started journaling even when I'm having a good day, or I'm having a regular day, or if I am going through something. It is so cool to look back on and see how far you've come. It's nothing like opening your journal from 5 years ago and reading something that you wrote. I'm going through a situation now where I opened one of my journals and I read something I wrote, and I'm just like, I can't believe I felt that way. Like, it's crazy. Please, y'all, journal. And you don't have to share your journals with nobody. It could just be, and that's the cool thing about a journal. It's yours. So you could be as honest and raw and real as you need to be, because you're the only one reading it, you know? So yes, journal. And last but certainly not least is to trust the process. Oh my God, I've been through so much in my 20s, from toxic relationships to not having a home of my own, falling out with friends, losing friends, gaining friends, relationship problems, moving to another state. The list goes on and on and on. But through it all, you just have to trust the process. It's such a process. Like, your 20s is 10 whole years. That's like a decade. Like, you go through so much, you change so much, you grow so much as an individual. So just trust the process and be down for the ride. Be down for the ride. It's so much fun. Your 20s is so much fun because I'm living in two different eras of my 20s. My young 20s, my lit 20s, baby. Whoo! My 20s when I used to drink the Parmesan in Amsterdam. Don't play with her. And now I'm so much more reserved. Like, I'm so much more reserved. Still a good time. Still know how to turn up. But yeah, it's such a process. It's so cool to see yourself grow as an individual. So yeah, this was so much fun to make. I hope y'all like it because I really enjoyed recording this, and doing this video just took me through so many different memories of my 20s. And yeah, it's cool to look back on. It's so cool to look back on. So definitely embrace it, girl. Embrace it. Trust the process. Journal, save, go on trips, do it all. Do everything. Love yourself. For real. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new, please, please, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you a part of my family. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.